We're going to have a look at the year-over-year Stouffville real estate market update. So we're going to have a look at what happened a year ago in Stouffville, October 2024. We'll have a peek at what happened last month, or sorry, the previous month. We're in November now, so we'll have a look at September, and then we're going to have a look at October, which is the most current month of data we have. So start at the top with the number of sales. So number of sales across all home types in Stouffville a year ago, 48 in total, 57 in September of 2025. Currently trending 55 total home sales, and that's inclusive of all home types, so condos, semi-detached, townhouses, detached, link homes, everything. Sale price across all home types a year ago was $1,262,000, and that had a little bit of a reduction to $1,248,000 in September 25. Currently trending at $1,288,000. Now I say this in all my videos, so before you give me the big eye roll, it does difference of what's selling that month. So if it's more entry-level properties, more high or farms or something like that, it is going to pull that number around. So if you want some specifics on that, on the is of your home type, be it semi-detached, town, whatever, let me know. I'm happy to I'll pull that for you. The SNLR stands sales to listings ratio. That tells us out of the homes that came on the market that particular month, what is the percentage of them that sold? So a year ago, 43.6% of the homes that came on the market sold. In September of 2025, 34.9% of the houses that came on the market sold. Currently trending 37%. So we have a slight increase in the amount of homes sold. Still in a buyer's market. Anything under like 50% is still a buyer's market where the supply sorry, I'm fighting words there. And then the months of inventory remaining. So this is telling us the MOI. So this tells us that if no other homes came on the market after today at the current rate of consumption or the current rate of buying, how long would it take to completely deplete the inventory? So we're actually staying pretty consistent year over year. 5.1 months of inventory a year ago, 5.2 in September, currently trending at a flat 5 months of inventory. So lots of inventory out there. I mean, 6 months is more towards a balanced market. I mean, when I got into real estate, 15 odd years ago, it was normal for houses to sit on the market for 3-4 months. This trend where houses sell in 6 days, 10 days, that is a fairly new trend, actually. That's not something that has been, at least in my experience, it's not something that's really a quote unquote normal market. We've through external criteria that have happened, be it or other things, mortgage rates, but certainly now the market has slowed down into more of a normal pace. So it's not like the market's really, a lot of people are saying it's sluggish, it's slow, and it does like that, but it's actually just kind of gotten back a bit more of a normal pace. So if that helps you reframe it at all, so sometimes you put your house on the market and you just got to be willing to wait a bit. That's just the of real estate. The sales list price ratio, home selling of ask a year ago, 97% of ask in September of this year, and currently in October, home selling 97%. So predominantly home selling below asking. We are still seeing homes that sell over asking. We are seeing those numbers. Now there's two ways. If you watch my videos, it makes me crazy. People putting up that says sold over asking. Well, yeah, hello, shit. When you have $1 million house and you list it at $799 and it sells for what it should, which is $1 million, duh. Yeah, it's pretty easy to put a sold over asking sign on your property. But these numbers indicate to me that houses that are being priced properly are selling just under asking, which again is a normal part of our market. Days on market to get a home sold. So let me move out of the way. So in October of last year, 34 days to get a home sold under that current listing, but those particular homes would have been in the market roughly 47 days. So September 2025, 39 to get a home sold, but that house would have been on the market on average for 59 days, right? If that makes sense. So, and what I'm talking here is that you can see it listed for sale. And although the sign never changes on the front lawn, you're driving by it every day for 2 months, or in this case, 59 days going, man, this thing hasn't sold. But the listing, the paperwork, right? So as realtors, it's common that we'll do a price revision, or we will delist the property and relist it with new paperwork and a new price. And that all happens seamlessly behind the scenes, but all you see is the for sale sign on the front lawn. So that's what I'm talking about here. And then October 2025, so selling an average of 34 days under that current listing, but on average, they're on the market for a total of 48 days. So, I mean, for buyers right now, of inventory, there's lots out there. I have buyers I'm working with right now that are saying there's nothing out there, there's nothing new. That's total bullshit. It's just what they're seeing out there tends to be a little bit more of the term I've heard recently, zombie listing, where there's houses out and they're just kind of haunting the market, not really serious. And how do we establish seriousness from a seller? Price. If the home's overpriced, we don't look at it, don't even offer on it. But I am telling you, there are no good deals in real estate. Deals are made, and the way you make them buyers is submit the offer. Put the fucking thing on paper and send it in. All they can say is no. No one is gonna know to your head, come to your door, yell at you. Nothing. Just write the offer for whatever you and or your realtor think fair number. Like, let's be honest. Like, you don't have a 1.4 and you put an offer in 899. Like, you got to be realistic at the end of the day. But again, if you don't ask, you don't get. That's kind of how it works. So sometimes the way to lens out, because everybody's a motivated seller, at least that's what a lot of real estate listings say. And the best way to lens that out is to submit an offer. You just never know. I've seen stuff sell so well below asking, and you're like, man, how'd they get there? How? They asked. They asked for them. They asked and they got it. So I'm telling you, that's the secret. For sellers right now, I wouldn't expect that 5 or 10 day sale. I think you're going to be a little bit longer, even if you aggressively price your house. Now, this is the thing. I mean, there's a couple strategies. Price your house at what would be a market value and you wait. You know, there is still a trend towards underpricing the house. Like, again, the scenario I use, $1 million house listed for 800,000. You hold a date to review offers. And unfortunately, buyers always say, oh, that's the game. Well, then stop showing it works, because I'm telling you, that's when the houses get a rush of showings. They get a rush of offers and the thing sells at the quote unquote over asking, which is totally ridiculous. But at the end of the day, that strategy does work. And so, you know, when you are looking with a realtor, you know, certainly you got a couple strategies in mind, and you got to sure, like, you know, ask the, I'm not your choice. You just, I try to prep people and just say, look, you know, this is going to be more of a longer ride than we've used to in the last couple of years, and that's okay. But you know, you got to not like, hey, I list your house, I slap the sign in the lockbox on, and you know, here we go. We not be seeing it right now. So you got to be realistic about the market. So, anyways, if you'd like to chat more about how this information pertains to your particular home type area, please feel free to reach out and happy to connect.